Hey, what's up, beautiful Bellcast friends? Welcome to another episode of the Bart and Gio podcast. How y'all doing out there? I hope everything is good out there.
You know what? I don't even know when they're listening anymore.
Like as in the hour of the day?
Yeah, like so for me, I listen to podcasts when I'm driving, right?
Oh.
And since I haven't driven a lot, I'm not caught up on Joe Rogan, which I really love. And I'm not caught up on any of Chris D'Elia's, which I would listen to here and there.
Oh, and you also don't run. So that's like another version of driving for you.
Yeah. And
like long distance travel.
Yeah, and I haven't listened to any of my audiobooks. So one of them that I was listening to, I feel like I might have to start all over again, which sucks because I'm halfway through it.
Oh,
I'm
the
like,
Fanocracy?
Yeah, so I'm like 12 chapters in or something. But then if I pick it back up, like let's say we get
in
out
a month? You've lost all of that in 1 month?
In my brain?
Yeah.
Well, you know how like let's say chapter 14 is built off of chapter 13, right?
Yeah.
My chapter 13 it's like, you remember when we watched Ozark? That's only 2 years. And
what do you mean only 2 years? That's a long fucking time.
My brain can only hold so much information. So like
2 years is justified if you were like, oh, okay, I need to rewatch this whole thing. That's justified.
So my brain only holds so much information. So if it's not fresh and whatever that next chapter is referring back to, I'm just going to forget it. I'm going to be like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
So then for you, there's no, dude, you're a fucking 0 to 100 person to a fucking T, man.
I have too much information in my brain.
Yeah, but okay, well, I don't know. For the most part,
and most of it is useless. Don't give me more credit than I deserve.
I was definitely not even going there. I was going to talk about the size of your head to the information that you say you hold. And I'm just kidding. I wasn't going to say that. But I also wasn't going to compliment you. But what I was going to say was, yeah, normally, because I know that feeling, but my 0 to 100 comment was coming from, for you, you're so extreme. You're either going to do nothing at all or you're going to go fucking balls to the walls. And there's no middle ground for you. So my middle ground would be, I just would re-listen to chapter 13.
But what about chapter 8? If it refers back to chapter 8.
I mean, were you going to remember that even when you were on chapter 13?
If it's fresh,
I guess 14.
If it's fresh in the world, I remember all of it.
Yeah, but when did you listen to chapter 8 if you're going into chapter 14? Probably 2 months ago.
But I'm still in the world, so it's still simmering.
I see.
Like I'm still in the kitchen, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're 0 to 100.
If I'm still in the kitchen and I still got my flames on low,
yeah,
it's still constantly on low. Even I could be at the blender or the toaster, but I'm coming back and the flame's going, and right, and I could check on my sauces and stuff.
Yeah.
If I'm out of the kitchen, I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, your mind is wild because it doesn't work like that for me.
You want to do a test right now? Is your mind like that or no?
Is my mind like what?
I don't know. Do you keep the flames on low or no?
Oh, all the time. I live my life with flames on low.
Oh, so you're never out of the kitchen, or you're out of the kitchen sometimes?
I'm out of the kitchen sometimes, yeah. But it's still like on low.
Fine. Name me all the people in the Lannister family right now.
The Lannister family?
Yeah, right now. Right here and there. We got to prove it.
I already didn't know them fucking that okay,
so
fine.
You're never even in there. You've never even been in the kitchen.
It's fucking low, I told you. It's super low. So there's Tyrion.
Then what are you making fun of me for if you don't even know who about mine?
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying you operate 0 to 100. There's no middle ground.
Where are you operating at? 50?
I'm operating at 10 always, baby.
Okay, fine. Name your 10 then. What are the Lannisters right now?
There's Tyrion. There's Jaime. There's Cersei. There's Joffrey. There's I don't know the kids' names because they just I don't know. Then there's fuck. What's the dad's name? I forgot.
Tywin.
Oh, I was gonna say Tyrone, but yeah,
Tyrone Lannister.
I knew that was wrong.
I like that one.
I knew that was wrong. Tywin. That's all I know.
Tyrone would have worked too.
I knew it was something Ty.
He seemed like a powerful guy. He seemed like a Tyrone.
No, he didn't. He seemed so like brittle.
The dad?
Yeah.
He had a command presence. When he walked in the room.
He just looked too skinny.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like when he walked in the room, I was like, my butthole clenched because I'm like, oh shit.
Well, because you knew the power he had and the fucks that he didn't have.
Down.
Yeah. My favorite line though, still to this day, when Littlefinger was threatening Cersei and he goes, knowledge is power. Because you know how he knows everything? He has like eyes all over the fucking place. So he has like he can blackmail you at any time.
Yeah.
And he goes, knowledge is power. And then she gets her monster guard. What was his name? Yeah, that guy.
The Mountain.
Yeah. So she gets him. Oh, no. It wasn't even the Mountain. It was just 2 guards. And then she goes, kill him. And then they were about to kill Littlefinger. And then she goes, stop. and they stopped like inches before they were gonna like do some shit to him. And then she goes, "Power is power." I'm like, oh my God, you're so hot.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. Which one do you like? Power is power, or you like knowledge is power?
I like power is power.
Damn.
Yeah. I like power is power because it just has that big dick energy.
Yeah.
But obviously knowledge is power. You know what I mean? Because if you're stupid and you have power, I mean.
What would you rather do? Let's say you had the next 5 years of your life. You could.
I hope I still have them.
No, but so in the next 5 years of your life, you this is the challenge. It's the knowledge versus power challenge.
Okay.
You have 5 years to intensely study and learn anything you want.
Yeah.
But then you end up being all your muscles atrophy, you're in a wheelchair, or you go on this crazy athletic 5-year Olympic camp.
Yeah.
And you don't study or learn anything. So you probably
but you are learning shit because you're in a camp. But you just learned a different
knowledge wise. You're gonna end up going back to like as smart as you were when you were 12. Which one would you go to?
I'm still, I mean, I'm with you, so I'm slightly a meathead. And I get more fulfillment with physical challenges. Like I feel like a human. So I think I would revert back to a 12-year-old, but still have like be studying to be an Olympic, whatever you said.
Athlete?
Yeah.
So you'd rather be more physically capable.
Yeah. Because like,
so you are power is power.
I guess I am. Because like for me to like enjoy this world, like I need to interact with it. I want to be physical with it. And if I'm not smart in it, I don't care. You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fulfilled, which is gonna equal happiness, and I want to just be happy. So if I'm like, I know a lot of shit, but then I can't interact with my environment and move and enjoy it the way I'd like to enjoy it, then I'm gonna be so fucking miserable. What about you?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
That was a good question.
That's really tough. I don't know.
You're an info junkie.
I am an info junkie, but man, I don't know. It's hard.
What are your thoughts? Walk me through your thoughts.
I think, so obviously I know how important knowledge is, right? Because if you, like even in terms from like a military standpoint, reconnaissance is everything, right? Like if you know where the world leader is before he's going to get there, you don't even need an army to kill him.
Yeah.
Because if you know he's going to go to this brothel, then you just have to turn one of the hookers there and you get the hooker to stab his ass. So he's dead still.
Yeah.
So knowledge is indeed power, right? Or if you know his routes, like that's the reason why when a president comes into like a city, the Secret Service map out every single which way possible to evacuate him if shit hits the fan. And they know how to reroute everything in the sewer systems, like in the air and like subterranean. Like they know everything because knowledge is power, so they can prevent any bad guys from hitting them, right?
Yeah, I would just hire that person.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is like, so I know how important knowledge is.
Yeah.
But these days I've been having I always think to myself a lot, and I've been having a bunch of like revelations. And one of them I realized that I'm actually very blue collar. And because I'm blue collar, I think I'd have to go with the body. You didn't know that
before?
No, I mean like growing up Asian, you being a white collar is something that is stressed so hard. Like everyone you have to
I don't
go
even
to
think
college.
It's an Asian thing. I think it's just a minority, newly immigrated generational thing. Because I grew up with the same mindset or the same like family.
So you're taught like trade school is for losers and like becoming a mechanic is a loser, like all that?
Well, I guess I wouldn't. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I wasn't taught that it was a loser. So
because that's what I was taught.
Oh no, mine wasn't. It's a loser. That for me, it was just like, it's just a waste of your potential. Like me in that terms of my family, you know?
Yeah.
But like, there was nothing wrong with it. It was just like, it's just not prestigious.
Yeah. So for me, in the way I was brought up, either it's prestigious or you're the scum of the earth.
Oh shit.
So like
so much judgment, dude.
There's a ton. So literally people will be coming up to my doorstep, right? Like the USPS delivering mail.
They're like, that's a fucking loser. Yeah. Don't be that
and
guy.
My mom would be like, you want to be that guy?
And I'd be like, yeah, he looks like he's having a good time.
And then later on, I find out he has hella good benefits. And then I'm like,
he's got nice ass legs.
He is a government worker. And this lockdown, he still has a job because it's considered essential.
Yeah.
And so I think growing up, I had this huge biases towards white collar, and I want to be prestigious because of how I was raised. And everything is about, like knowing more titles and being more prestigious and all that. And now that I've had so much more time to myself to kind of undo my upbringing, I realized most of my satisfaction comes from blue collar work. So like if I were to,
oh my God, no wonder you're a German Shepherd lover.
Because they like to work.
Yeah, they're working dogs. You're a German Shepherd.
Yeah, like if I were to be a postman, right? If I were to be a postman, I think I would actually love it because I'm making my rounds every day. Like I like systems. I like making my rounds. I like working with my hands. And so one thing that kind of sucked too was because of my mom's limited knowledge. When they think blue collar
limited
work,
knowledge in what?
In the world.
Oh,
so when she thinks of blue collar work, like she just goes, blue collar, just mechanic, and then you just get oil stains or whatever, right? And to me, like everything has a hierarchy, right? Like you can be a white collar button pushing assistant. Yeah, you're working at a corporate office, but you can make a minimum wage job, right? Or you could be a blue collar, quote unquote mechanic, but you work on F1 race cars in Italy, and you're probably paid like 300 G's a year. So like to me, it's every single line of work has its spectrum.
Yeah.
Right. There's lower tier work and even fucking hookers, right? There's lower tier Tijuana hookers.
Like entry level?
Entry level. And then there's super high tier fucking, I don't know, like Jeffrey Epstein fucking escorts, right? But that probably make like $1 million a year or whatever. So like that, I wish that was something that my mom taught me rather than just straight up saying one job is better than the other.
Yeah. Your mom's goal in life for you was to have soft hands.
Yeah.
She's like, let me see your hand. She's like, all right, they're still smooth.
But you could be soft and still be a sucky worker.
Yeah.
Versus like, I think that's what even turned me away from drumming and stuff. Because I love drums, but technically that's blue collar work, right? Like if you're a session musician, that is blue collar because you're working with your hands. But I realized when I work with my hands, that's when I get the most satisfaction out of life.
That's what my brother, he knew that at a very early state in his life.
And not literally just hands, but when I can get my either my mental hands or my physical hands into things and create things.
Yeah.
Like even when I'm writing a feature film, I'm working with my hands, right? Like obviously it's my mind, but when I'm done, I have this script that I'm done.
Yeah.
And I'm not just like nudging and pushing systems around.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, that's tight. No, for my brother, he knew that at an early stage in his life. Because like for us, I'm sure with you too, with your upbringing, it was heavily emphasized and it was like a huge thing for us to go to college. Because it's like, if you want to live under my house, under my roof, not under my house, but in my house, under my roof, then you have to go to college. If you're not going to go to college, that means you're an adult and you have to move the fuck out. So my brother he went to community college because he's like, I don't know what the fuck I want to do. And then he tried that for like maybe a year. And then he was like, this shit ain't for me. This is not me. Like, I'm not trying to like push a pencil. He's like, I love working with my hands. Cause like, that was one thing that that I appreciate my dad. He always made us, and my mom, he always made us do, and she always made us do this stuff that they knew how to do. So we like knew how to do their line of work. And my dad was in construction, and he would always take my brother and like as soon as my brother was old enough to not try to kill himself at his job sites, that he was already helping him and working with my pops. So my brother, was like, I love this shit. Like I love building. I love going to different job sites. I like seeing my work, being interacted with. He's like, I fucking enjoy this shit. So for him to be like an architect or to do stuff that like he doesn't really get to get his hands dirty and interact with what he's building, that just was a big turnoff for him.
What about you? Are you more white collar or blue collar?
I don't know. I think because I'm more on the artistic side, I really do enjoy building things. Like right now with Barbell, at least, like I'm working more with like creating systems and like dealing with people and stuff. And I do like that. But I think for me, if like I had to do something every day, then I do enjoy getting my hands dirty and building like doing I guess blue collar work.
Yeah, because I think I realized most creatives are actually blue collar by a lot. So like all of my friends that do photography or graphic design, right? When they start off as freelancers, they love that. They love getting their hands dirty and they like being the ones on top of it. And then when they slowly get more and more clients and they have to start building
outsourcing.
Well, they have to start building a business out of it. So before, when you're freelancing, it's like, oh, Jimmy asked you to do this graphic design, $50. Another guy go, oh, how about this? $200. Oh, that thing, that project will do $1,000, right? Then you start having all these clients in, and your clients start talking. Oh, why'd you charge Jimmy $50 and you charge me $100? So they're like, then they start going, oh shoot, like I have to standardize my business now, so I got to get rates and stuff.
Yeah,
that's the part they're like, oh man, I don't want to do any of that stuff. I don't want to have to focus on the business end. I don't want to have to standardize any rates. I don't want to have to like almost turn yourself into it like union and work on all those. And then like, oh man, how many revisions? Like, oh, you know how like when you hire someone, there's usually like a couple back and forths and notes and stuff like that. That's the stuff that most of the people I know in creatives, they don't like any of that.
Yeah, the admin shit.
The admin man. That's why a lot of artists have managers, right?
Yeah.
The managers, quote unquote, are the arrangers, the schedulers, the logistics managers. They're technically the white collar part of it. And I wish this was broken down to me as a kid so I could understand that more.
Yeah.
Because I think I'd rather be in the studio doing studio stuff rather than focusing on like the business end of it. I mean, it's just as important. It's just that's my satisfaction.
Right. Yeah, same. I wish it was explained to me in that way because when blue collar was pointed out to me, even though my dad was a blue collar person, even for him, he was like, I don't want you to always have to break your back. Because it was like blue collar meant like you're breaking your back for not the pay that you deserve to get, for breaking your fucking back, you know? So yeah, I'm right there with you where it just felt like that, like you just didn't make it. You failed at life if you're doing something like that.
So would you say he felt like he failed at life? Because that's what he did. Did it make you question like, wait, you're telling me not to do what you're doing?
Yeah, he would feel like that.
Oh.
But because he owned his own business, he like kind of leveled up.
I see. So it's kind of 50-50.
Yeah. So he leveled up because he wasn't working for anyone. He was working for himself.
Yeah.
So he called it when he wanted to, like he dictated the amount of money he could make. It wasn't the other way around where he's clocking in and someone's telling him what his own potential is. You know what I mean?
And I still even like that.
You don't like that?
I do. Like
I do too.
In,
right? Like
I actually realize I don't really like the whole business end of things. I rather just do what I want to do. So if someone goes, "Hey, come in. I'm gonna start paying you $30 an hour to do this," you go do that. Like I think I would have a blast. Like let's say my goal is just to paint houses. I'm just painting. Hey, I finished those 4 rooms, and you give me more money. Cool. And it's just up to me to hustle. But I actually like a contained system, and I just operate in that system.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy that you're the one that now is in charge of the system? And
that's what I realized. I'm like, I don't know if that I'm fit or be a good business owner.
Yeah.
I think I'm more of a blue collar, like artist, creative type.
Yeah.
And then that's also like one thing that my mom was white collar. Like she works in like a corporate office, right? So my whole upbringing would be like, do you want to be blue collar like your dad? See how he goes to casino and he deals cards?
This is after they're divorced.
Or you want to be
it sounds like it.
Or do you want to be more like your mom? Like I'm in the AC, I get to wear a business suit, go to work every day. And I'm like, oh, I guess you're right. It does seem like one is more prestigious than the other. But then now if I look at it, if I had to
your dad's having way more fun than your mom.
He's kicking it. He's fucking goofing around with all the people that are at the poker table. People are winning jackpots and stuff, and they throw them like big old tips because they're happy. I'm like, I will much rather work in the casino because I already love Vegas.
Yeah.
Much rather work in the casino than work where my mom worked.
Yeah.
It's too uptight and stiff.
Yeah, I didn't like that either because I worked in corporate for a little bit and it's very uptight, very stiff. There's no room for expression. There's no room for individuality. Like it's all so contained and I mean that's why it can expand and grow and be like this huge ass company because of those parameters. But I just hated it. It was so soul sucking for me that I'm just like, this ain't my shit, man. Like I can't. I hated having to feel chummy, even though like, I mean, not that it forces you to lie, but you have to abide by those rules, you know, like your personality has to fit into that mold or else like, you know, people aren't going to like you or whatever. And I hated it. It just felt so like air sucking for me. Whereas other people, they love it and they thrive and they're like, this is my shit. And I don't mean to knock on anything. I'm just saying for my personality type, like I couldn't stand it.
It does feel good though when you like dress up and it feels like you have a purpose.
You would think so, right? You would think so, because like I dressed up a lot because I had to,
and you got sick and tired of it.
And I liked the corporate feel, because like in my mind, right? Because I was raised with the same type of ideals that you were raised with. I felt like, cool, I'm making it. This is what it is, you know? So on the outside, you seem so well put together and like
professional. Yeah,
professional and established, and like you got shit under control. But like, I mean, you're just pushing a pencil and like pushing buttons all day. And again, it sounds like I'm knocking some shit, but at least that was just my own perspective of just what I went through, and I hated it. Because then after a while, like I can't wear this dope ass vest, you know, I can't wear my hoop earrings, because it's like no, there's this uniform that you have to like fit. Like you can't stand out. You can't have your hair that way. Well, you can't color your hair. You can't have tattoos. There's no self-expression, and I didn't like it. That's just not my personality.
So you don't ever miss wearing business suits and stuff?
Never. I never miss it. Ever.
So when because that's different too. Because I think for guys, you know, like there's like different occasions where you wear your business outfit. One is to work, and the one is a night out. So, you know, when you wear your night out or you go to your friend's wedding and you get all dressed up, you do feel like a gentleman, like you feel James Bond. So like, I think that's different, because girls, when you are in your James Bond, that's actually work time, but you guys don't wear your business suit to go clubbing in Vegas. You know, you have your actual night out clothes, but I think for most guys, it's the same thing. So it actually feels kind of cool. Like it feels kind of cool. Like, you know, when you see like an agent that works at like CAA or like WME, like what that guy's wearing versus what he's going to go wear at night in Vegas is probably the same thing.
Yeah, it doesn't change very much.
Yeah, and you just feel and look like James Bond the whole time.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. But I when I see guys in suits, like, yes, you guys look very attractive, because now it gives you like, it's just very form-fitting, and it's it accentuates like the good parts, you know? So it's very nice. But when I see guys in suits, I feel so bad for them, because I feel like everything is so uncomfortable.
It is kind of uncomfortable.
Because it's like, you see the what is it? The collar, and it's like really tight, and sometimes you can see the skin, and then like they're kind of stiff a bit. And then like even like your range of motion with your arms, like it's very limited. It feels like it, at least it looks like for me.
Yeah.
Even when you sit, like you have to pick up your pants, so like because they're a little bit, I mean, they're fitted, so now it's kind of tight.
Yeah.
It just does not look comfortable at all.
Nothing's gonna be more comfortable than like a hoodie, but they do make some that are a little bit more comfortable now. But it's still, there's like, you're not gonna be able to go like this without like the back ripping.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I can't do that. But now imagine doing that every day and being in like having to solve problems, or being stressed about something. Like when you're happy, then you're like, cool, like this is all good, but life ain't like that. You know, it's not linear. Like you have your ups and downs and shit. And sometimes there's dramas or fires you got to put out, and you're fucking all like I hated it. I fucking hated it. So I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all. I actually like that I can be in sweats and look like a college student.
So you like putting out fires in college student clothes?
Fuck yeah. Give me that any day. And I like knowing that I can come in as a college student, or if I want to wear a suit, I can wear a suit.
Do you think you'd ever go back to graduate school?
No, never. I would never go back.
Ever?
There's no point for me. Like, I don't see the point for me to go back to that. If anything, my graduate school would be like, I'd intern somewhere. I would rather intern than go back to school. Someone? Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, than go back to school, because it's like, school will teach me the theory and I might get really good at that. But the application part, I feel like, is way more important. And it'll stick to me way more.
To be more hands-on like that.
Yeah, because I don't learn like, I'm not a good learner, I don't think. Like,
you learn things fast.
Because I'm doing it.
Oh, but you're talking about like in an academic setting.
In an academic setting, when someone's telling me shit, yeah, and then they leave me alone to figure it out and turn in a project and shit, or do homework. That ain't my shit. I don't like it. I suck at it. But then if I'm working with it and I'm using and it's all hands on, and I have to make mistakes or learn from that stuff, and that's when it really sticks to me, and then I can start refining it and I get it, and I can start really smashing it that way. But I never see myself going to graduate school ever. How about you?
I don't know. I actually really enjoy learning. But I think like after your explanation, I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I like theoretical learning. Yeah, I don't know if I like learning about things. Like, I don't know if I want to learn about a race car from a classroom versus if I were to like quote unquote intern and I'm like at the Porsche driving center and I get to like work with a mechanic, look at it, and then we like kind of like that Ford versus Ferrari movie.
Yeah.
Where you make instant tunes on the spot and you run the car and you see how it does and it comes back and you make adjustments again. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, I don't care if I start from the bottom. Like, let's say like I wanted to really get into like filmmaking, right? And that meant like now I have to be a PA on a big movie like set, and all I'm doing is running errands for people. Then I'm like, that's tight. Like, I'm down for that because like I need to learn all this shit, and I want to learn the ropes, and I want to learn from the bottom, and then I know that what my end goal would be, and I know how to get to my end goal. And I'd be like, oh yeah, I have no qualms with knowing that I can get there. So I'm like, yeah, let's start from the bottom. I'm not going to be here very long.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. What made you ask me that?
Oh, because you're just talking about like we're in school and college and stuff. Okay. I was like, I wonder if you would go back to college.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you just had this revelation that you're more blue collar because like, you know, that question I asked you a long time ago of like, hey, what's this one, like, I don't want to call it an odd job, but like just a regular job that like is super simple that you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life, or like that you would have a lot of fun doing. And my answer for my own question was, I would love just to be a regular like cashier, like a teller, or like a grocery store.
Right? Just hitting numbers.
Yeah. That for me is so fun because it's like I have small interactions and like this short window to connect with people. I don't really have to sell them shit. It's just connect, check them out, next one, you know? And like I'm just focused on that one thing. Like I can do that for a long time and be very happy. And then for you, you were like, I would want to wash cars and just detail it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm surprised that it just hit you that you're blue collar.
Yeah, it just hit me because I think you think about white collar and you think about, at least the way I was raised, so my viewpoint of it is, okay, white collar requires more intelligence. Blue collar requires less intelligence. White collar is more theory or whatever, and then blue collar is just more practical. And then so because I view things that way, you always feel like, oh, you know, if you went to college and all this stuff and you're someone that grew up here, you should be striving more towards the white collar things. So it wasn't something I identified as, whereas there's just as much intelligence in blue collar, right? Like how many times have you seen the stereotypical example where like even in the office, right? Like they're the ones selling the paper, and then they come in and then Steve Carell starts making all these demands, and then Daryl in the warehouse is like, do you even know how that works? Like, do you know how the paper's made? Do you know how it's shipped? And then he's like, no.
He's like, what's a pellet?
Yeah, because they have their own. There's its own intelligence, you know.
Yeah.
Like just because you can sell a car wash doesn't mean you can detail it or know like the fine ways of buffing certain things out as well as the other person can, you know. And then so I never even connected the two really until like I think just this week I've really been just kind of thinking about who I am and the things that I like to do.
Oh damn, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And I want to touch on that topic, but before we do, I want to introduce our next sponsor.
Thank you, Noom, for sponsoring this podcast. And I love Noom because there's a lot of fitness apps and programs out there, and they immediately troubleshoot the physical realm, like your diet or your nutrition.
Yeah.
But what I love about Noom is they have a psychological approach. And to me, that's the most important because it's the root of what you need to understand for things to change.
Yeah.
And so Noom teaches you why you do the things you do and empowers you with the tools you need to break bad habits and replace them with better ones. So there's a lot of people that it's hard for them to stick to a diet or stick to a program if they don't understand why.
Yeah.
Right? Because they just feel like they're just going through the motions. I think Noom, they break all of that stuff down. So there's no food is good or bad or off limits. They teach you that moderation can be used in conjunction with many pre-existing popular diets if you want. And they help you understand why certain programs are a certain way, why you have to eat things, why you have to adjust your lifestyle. Maybe because when you wake up, when you stay up past 2, you get extremely hungry and you get that extra meal in with the extra calories that you don't need.
Yep.
So right now, if you go to Noom.com/bail, BEAW. You can change all of this in one day. Take small steps to make a big progress. So sign up for your trial today at noom.com/bail, BEAW. That's Noom, NOOM.com/bail, BEAW, to get started on your fitness goals today.
And we're back. Yeah, that's tight. Like I haven't had much time to think to myself during this lockdown. I think I'm just, when do you have time to do that?
I think I'm thinking all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're playing Best Fiends, I'm thinking.
That's my relaxation time.
When I'm thinking, that's my relaxation.
Oh no, because I have to have, for me to think like that, like I just have to have zero stimulus and I just have to be calm.
Oh.
But when there's like a lot of shit going on and I have to have like my eyes and ears open to what Taika's up to, then that I can't think about myself.
I think because I have ADD, thinking is my resting.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and if I need to concentrate, I need to do two things at once.
Oh my God.
So you know how the other day, like on my Instagram, I posted me like mounting the toilet backwards?
When I walked in and your dick was hanging out?
Yeah, that was me in the middle of having a conversation with Marie, who's our head designer. I was in the middle of having a conversation. In order for me to stay concentrated on talking to Marie, I have to also post on Instagram at the same time. Like that's how my brain works. Like I have my brain. It's like it's cool because like I think a lot of people look to me and they go, "How the fuck do you get so much done?" And I'm like, "You don't understand. It's either 100 or 0."
That's what I said earlier on this podcast. You're literally zero or 100 for you. There's no middle ground.
Have you ever seen me pee where my pants are at my ankles and I'm on my phone and I just let my dick hang and I'm peeing?
No, but I've seen the aftermath because I'm cleaning that shit.
No. So I'm only peeing straight because I'm posting on Instagram at the same time while I'm peeing.
What the fuck? What does that mean?
So if you're
not on Instagram, what happens? You're just fucking whipping it everywhere?
Then I'm just messing around. I'm trying to like poke a hole through the tissue paper that's still there, or I'm trying to rinse off some other particle of poop that's stuck to the side of the toilet bowl. I'm doing other like unproductive things. So I noticed
unproductive things, you're taking a piss. Why do you got to be productive while you're taking a piss? What are you talking about?
I don't know, but if I'm on my phone, if I'm answering a text while I'm on my phone, then I could pee better.
I mean, trying to punch a hole through the tissue is pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I mean, it's still going in the same thing. I feel like if you're not paying attention to where your piss is going, that's when it's fucking jumping out of the bowl. Because
then I think it's going to jump out of the bowl no matter what you're just doing. But I think because it splashes. Sometimes you could hit dead center and it'll splash back out. But I think also that keeps me in the right mindset to go back to work. Because sometimes...
Oh, now that's different.
Because then if I like, let's say I go and I'm peeing directly into the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
I'm having so much fun that by the time I get back to where I was, I'm going to forget where I was at. So sometimes...
God damn, your mind is hard.
So sometimes mid-pee, like I'm typing something and it's because I'm typing just to remind myself where I have to go back to.
Shut up.
Yeah, I'm literally writing like, okay, make sure to write this letter or this email or to call about my insurance while I'm like peeing. Because in those, like in 5 to 10 seconds, I can have a complete memory, like relapse or like I don't even know what happened. It just blanks out because my ADD is crazy.
Damn.
And then the more the older that I get, the more I realized I think I'm an ADD survivor, and I found ways to operate with intense ADD, which I'm really happy about because before I just thought I had to do certain things or whatever. And I felt like I was trying to like I would see the way other people learn and operate. And I would like feel like, why am I so resistant to doing things that way? So I would kind of like force myself into doing those things. And then now I'm finally at like mid-30s. I'm like, oh wait, why don't I just allow that to be and be who I feel like I am and be in my most natural way of doing things without trying to force myself to be someone I'm not, and it feels way better.
You're like in the middle of costing for the year, third quarter of the year. Oh shit, let me whip my dick out real quick and move our TV into the bathroom and do this quick little post.
Exactly.
That's wild. I can't do that. Obviously because I don't have ADD, but I can't do shit like that because it's like if I'm doing something that's not very creative and then I move into creative, then the non-creative thing, I'm like, I can't go back to that. And I can't even like once I leave into creative space, That's it. Like I only want to stay creative, and then like everything. I'm like, I'm not gonna get into that.
For me,
I don't want it to die.
For me, it all has to happen at the same time.
What the
So I'm
fuck?
talking to Marie. Then I go, well, I wonder what Marie's doing. So I go on her Instagram and I saw her command center post. I'm like, what's my command center? While thinking about what we're talking about on our software. Oh, my command center is the toilet. So I brought my TV and I plugged it in there while thinking about my response to Marie. And I take the picture and then I go back in and I reply back to Marie the important question she was asking.
How the fuck have I been with you this long?
Why?
I don't, just hearing you stresses me the fuck out.
It stresses me out too. I think that's why my mom was so stressed out, because like she didn't understand that, right? Like most people, they go, okay, cool, time to do math. So they're probably like sitting there and doing
when
math.
ADD didn't exist in her time.
Yeah, so she didn't even understand. So that's why I see why she wanted to do exorcisms on me, because she probably thought I was like some crazy demon child. But like, so when I see Taika move and operate, like
he does not have ADD.
Oh yeah.
No, he doesn't.
You want to bet?
I'm just kidding. I don't even know if you can tell at this age.
I could tell from the way he's moving. He's just like me, just the way he's thinking.
No.
Because you know how I know? Because he has stations. And he's very particular about his stations, just like me. So, when I operate, before I even work, I got to open 6 windows. So I have one window that's going to either it's going to be about guns or cars.
Oh, on the computer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what fucking
So
windows?
there's going to be like guns or cars or something, right? Because I need to, when you're like smelling perfumes, you got to have that coffee thing to rinse your palate. So I need that constantly. I have that window. I have my Instagram. Then I have all my emails. So I need to know what I'm working with, almost like a drum set. And then when it's time to work, I go like this and I get ready to work. And I know where everything is at that time. I can go to every single tab. I know exactly where I'm at. And my ADD is so fast, I can't even wait for a page to load. So when I'm loading a page, if the page doesn't immediately appear, I'm like, too slow. I'm already onto something else, and I'm letting that load. And then when this thing's loading, okay, cool, come back to this. And I'm finishing my own sentence with 12 different tasks at a time. And I notice that's how Taika is, because he'll do something at like 10 a.m., right? He lines all his fucking balls in a line and according to size, right? You see him go play over here. We go outside now. We play with butterflies. And then we go into his little cardboard box, right? He's over there. And then just to test to see if his mind works like mine, I'll purposely walk over to the couch where his line of balls are, and I'll pick up one of the balls. I hear him go, no, from inside the box, because his mind knows exactly where he was at with that, where all those balls are. So I see him run out of his house and go, no. And he wants me to put that ball.
You're
going to jail. And I see him put that ball back to where it belongs. And I'm like, oh, that's how my mind works. My mind needs to work on 5 stations at a time for it to be like relaxed. Whereas most people, it's like I do this. So like it actually helps me to record my workouts while I'm doing the workout, because then at least I can bounce back and forth between 2 things so that I can stay focused on both. Versus if I was just to work out, it's hard. It's really hard.
Wow, I'm just exhausted listening to all this shit that goes on. For me, it's not like that at all.
Really?
No, at all. Like if I take my mind off of the task at hand, that's it. I'm fucked up. I am super fucked. Like it's not making any sense anymore. I can't do that. Like I have to go, no, you need to focus on this. And I can hear my voice in my head going, no, don't pay attention to that. Focus on this. I have to put my phone away. I'll leave it in a different room, or I just won't pay attention to it. Because then once I'm there, then I'm sucked in and then I'm focused on that. Like I have to get sucked the fuck in. I can't have play stuff.
Damn, I can't even do that. Like if I'm driving, right, and I'm not texting.
Oh my God, don't say that.
No, but look,
I'm going to take your fucking phone away from you.
Go ahead. Then you know what's going to happen? I'm going to start studying like the curves around the dashboard and why this plastic looks like that. I wonder why they chose that color.
Okay, then I'm going to tell them to revoke your license.
Why?
Look what you're saying.
I passed my driver's test.
Have you seen your fucking car though?
It's fucking sick.
It's fucked up.
It's a zombie apocalypse
Tell
machine.
them about your bumper story. What happened?
So I have a new dent on the car. And it's because, I could do like the Chronicles of Sleeping Baby with Taika. Sometimes I'll take him on a ride to go to sleep. And so one day, and I love exploring. So I put him in the back and then he knocked out. So I'm like, oh, cool, time to explore. And I was like trying to explore like the next to our mountains. There's all these little communities and neighborhoods up there. So I was just driving up there, and in a lot of them, they're like these really tiny streets, and then there's a lot of like private roads.
Yeah.
And I drove up one of them that was really skinny, and I'm like, oh shit. And sometimes they don't tell you that it's a dead end. So I'm like, oh damn, I got to turn back around. And I'm looking around, I'm like, oh man, I got this big ass truck, and I got to do this like 20-point turn to get back down. So I started doing the
the Austin Powers.
And then what I didn't see,
do you know what the Austin Powers is?
Yeah. Okay. And what I didn't see is next to a tree, there was this little like pole that was coming out, I guess to protect that tree. But since I'm so high up, I couldn't see it. So I turn it back around, and I slowly move forward, and I'm thinking, I'm gauging the distance between the bumper and the tree, and I go and it goes, doosh, and I'm like, oh no.
But your car also vibrates, like your chair vibrates when it senses an object.
Not the front one. The corners do.
Oh,
not the front one. Yeah. So that was the problem, because if it vibrated, I would have stopped.
And that would make sense, but like some of the stories, like some of the dents that he gets, I'm like, that is just
have you noticed
stupid.
Have you noticed the dents that I got? It's because I wasn't texting. You know when I crashed a blue car? He crashes my cars too, by the way. Was I texting?
And you know what's funny?
Was I texting though?
It has the beep.
I was concentrating.
It's like the beep, 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 beep.
And you know why? Because I was listening to the beep and the frequency of it. And I'm like, that would sound pretty dope in a rap song. Like I was just I'm like, how did I was imagining.
Lord. But wait, isn't it the same thing as texting though? Like you're distracted.
Yeah, but I need to be in control, or else my brain gets lost and I daydream. And then so that takes over the thought. So I started thinking about it. I'm like, oh, cool. What's the wave file? I'm like, woo, 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 woo. And I'm like, oh, it probably looks like that. That's pretty cool. And then boom, it crashed. I'm like, shit. Because then now the warning sound, instead of becoming a warning sound, becomes an area of fascination.
You know what's funny? You did that again when you had your RS7. Yeah, your RS7.
And once again, was I texting? No, I was driving. I was actually paying attention. I'm literally going like this. The textbook, hand on the steering wheel, hand on the back of the seat, and it goes, I'm like, fuck. And then you go, how do you do that? And then at that time, I think
everyone listening to this story is going, how the fuck do you do that?
And then I wasn't as ADD aware. So even when you asked me that, I'm like, I don't know why. But then now when I think back about it, I was probably thinking about the sound or thinking about how the back of the headrest feels. I'm like, ooh, this honeycomb leather feels really nice on my fingertips.
Oh my God. Yeah, I hate being in a car with you driving. Cause like, I don't feel comfortable enough to like relax. Cause I'll see them breaking up ahead. And I'm the type of person that when I'm driving, I look at the car, not directly in front of me. Obviously I'm like, paying attention to that guy, but not as much as the car, like car 2 or 3 ahead of that one.
So you can anticipate what's happening.
Exactly. So that I can anticipate when the braking is happening, or I can see if there's an earthquake, if there's an accident that just happened or is about to happen. So I know how to maneuver. I know on the side, like to my left and my right, like I know if there's a gap, if something happens in front of me, I know like my exit strategy, like I know all that shit. And I'm always alert. I'm always focused. I know what's going on. But when I'm in the car with you driving passenger or riding passenger, there's times where they're braking and I'm like, okay, he's going to brake, and I don't say anything. And you're still going regular speed. You're not slowing down. And then I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, I'm like, they're braking. And then you like step and you're like, oh shit. And then you step on it. And I'm like, what are you paying attention to?
No, because I'm braking. I mean, in my mind, I know I'm going to brake, but you just brake earlier than I do.
No, you know what you say?
What?
I was looking at that billboard over there, or I was paying attention to that thing. I'm like, holy crap.
You should have let me text, and that would have been okay.
Don't say that.
Or let me vlog or something. Let me do something.
No. Why don't you get like a fidget thingy?
Fidget spinner? I actually probably need one of those things.
Well, it's not a spinner. Like they just have, like it's just a fidget toy.
Like a Rubik's Cube.
No, they just have like clickers or like buttons. Like it's just
I need something
different.
I need to concentrate on.
Oh my God. Maybe you shouldn't drive.
So if you give me maybe a cutting board and maybe a piece of sashimi, then maybe while I'm driving, I could like slice the sashimi nice and thin.
Maybe you need a Tesla. That's what you need.
Oh, like an automatic driving car?
Yeah. So they did this my car just got updated like a few weeks.
I'll probably fall asleep.
Check this out. So it just got updated, right?
Yeah.
So I'm driving and I try to 100% always use my signals when I'm driving.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like that's our car's way to communicate with
I always use
the
signals.
world, you know? And if you don't use your signals when you're driving, you're a fucking piece of shit and I hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because not everyone has to guess what you're trying to do.
Yeah. And it's so fucking rude. So start using your fucking signals, you dick. Anyway, coming back here. So I was driving back home. I forgot what I was doing that like maybe Taika needed something or whatever. And it was just a residential street. There's no one around me. And I just thought it would be easy for me to just like turn into the next lane because I was going to make a right. And yeah, I'm being a hypocrite or whatever, but there was no cars around me. So I'm like, this is the time. If I have to do it, I'm going to do it. So I tried to turn. My car wouldn't let me go into the next lane.
Without signaling
because it thought I was falling asleep or I was veering in
and
danger's
it's in auto
way.
driving mode?
It's just no. It's just regular. It's just I don't have it in any mode. It's just regular driving mode.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fucking cool. And I would like
That's insane.
I tried to turn and it went beep beep like it, and it put me right back into the middle of my lane.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God, I love this car. So then I on purpose. Again, because there's no cars, I'm like, well, let me see what the hell's going on. And then I tried going into I let go and it was already veering to the side again. And then it corrected it and it went right back into the middle.
That's one of the reasons why I want the new Escalade, actually.
Because it drives itself?
Yeah, so I've been looking, I've been wanting the new Tahoe for a while.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about getting the new Tahoe, especially when I have a second kid. I don't know if I have a second kid coming along just yet, but
don't. I'm on my period literally right now.
Damn it. Well, anyway, I wanted a Tahoe because we also been doing like these family trips and stuff, and it's just fun to like pack everyone. And we used to have a family of dogs, which is why I got the truck, but now we only have one dog. So now she has one big ass space, and we need more for people. And I love
meaning the dog,
meaning Fawn, and I love Tahoes because I'm not too big of like a luxury person, and I just like Tahoe because it's just more blue collar, I guess, and like I won't feel bad if I ding it up and stuff because I know it's gonna be my off-road vehicle. But the thing is, Cadillacs are GMs but souped up, right? So Cadillac has the new like autopilot feature.
Yeah, I heard theirs are pretty. They're competing heavily with Tesla.
Yeah, they have one that's actually better than Tesla. It's more self-driving than Tesla.
I thought is that the CTS one?
Oh yeah, like CTS or CT6 or something. But
yeah.
they've been rolling it out, and it's the closest to actual auto driving, even more than Tesla.
And it looks sick.
The only thing that is its downside is, unlike Tesla, which works on all roads, there's only specifically routed ones.
Oh, whack.
So on those specific routed ones, I think because they're really familiar with those roads, they let the car pretty much let you do whatever you want. But
because you're saying Teslas, it checks in on you going like dit, dit, dit. Like it's not hands off completely. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because Tesla is hands off, but it still checks in with you like every minute or two.
Yeah.
And it makes you like kind of shake the steering wheel a little bit.
Yeah.
Not like crazy, but like very minimally.
Yeah.
Just so that you can let the computer know that I'm awake, I'm still here.
Yeah, yeah. And then so the Cadillac is the Tahoe pretty much.
So wait.
But it has that. So you can drive it around. The Tahoe doesn't have that yet.
Oh, I see.
Or else I would get it because
Why don't you just get a Tesla? Oh, because it's too fancy looking?
It's just not big enough.
Oh, okay.
Like when I'm in your Tesla, like I still feel cramped up. Like if I want to take a little nap, it doesn't feel. It's.
You want couches.
Yeah, Tesla is like.
You want a lazy boy in
It's like the European fitment of clothes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like Metro. It's like it's.
Well, it's not European because European is a lot tighter, but it's like in that in between.
Yeah.
It's not American.
Yeah, like American, it's like a straight up like couch. It's a living room. There's a coffee table. And I like that about Americans, like even when you're sitting in the back with Taika, like, back when Taika was little and you used to have to feed him and do things in the back seat, you just felt like you had way more room too.
Yeah, it's way more spacious.
And the
for
Tesla,
sure.
It's like sometimes like Taika's like crying and I'm like, I'll just wait till our next stop. There's no way I'm gonna squeeze we're just like, it's just so hard to do things.
Yeah.
The Silverado right now, like if
that shit's fucking huge. I love that guy.
If you need to sit in the passenger and we're on the road and you need to get in the back seat, you just climb there. You know? And I really like that about that car.
Yeah, I like that guy.
And that's what I liked about like just the big American cars. And Tahoe's the same thing, and with just even better features and fit more people now.
Yeah, I get so sad thinking about my car's a lease, and I feel so sad about the day that I have to return it. I'm like,
why don't you just buy it when the lease is up?
I could buy it, right? But because it's such a heavily it's just such a heavy technology car that I feel like the advancements that we are making in technology are so vast and it's just happening so exponentially that by the time I have to turn my car in, I'm hoping that there's something like way better. But I still want to stay to Tesla because it's just, I like a car that farts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like my light show, my Christmas light show. I like
karaoke.
All the features. Yeah, I like all the thought that went behind it. Like the screen isn't flat like every single car. it's slightly tilted favoring the driver, so that I can totally see everything.
Yeah.
I love it. And I love just how big that screen is. Like, I just love everything about the car. It's so well thought out. I have no beef with anything. Except for the Falcon doors. Like, they need to work on that design.
Because then when it rains, it starts pouring.
Yeah, like, because it lifts up. And then because it's collected so much water, it like just pours inside. And then it falls on Taika.
Yeah, I feel bad for everyone that doesn't live in California, because I'm like, we barely get rain, right?
So now imagine the snow.
Yeah, I'm like, if we barely get rain and we get zero snow and we get rained on, I'm like, imagine the people that live in like Seattle that have a Tesla. I'm like, man, those Falcon doors are not going to make people happy.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people have complained, so I hope they fix that stuff.
Yeah, I was this close to getting the Cybertruck. You know, there's that one period where everyone could put in $100 and secure yours. The Cybertruck, I thought it was really cool because it's like Tesla. It's everything that you rave about. Plus, it has really cool truck abilities. But it looks too crazy.
I don't like the way it looks.
Too loud. Like, I don't. I think it looks almost like a Batmobile on truck wheels, and you would think that I would love it, like the Christopher Nolan Batmobile. But because I also know everyone has it, it's not the Batmobile anymore.
I see.
You know what I mean? Like, my truck right now is more Batmobile to me because it's so
myself what it looks like,
because it's so unique to how I built it.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have this really extreme car that everyone else also has, and because Tesla hasn't been proven to hit the truck market yet, there's a lot of specific truck things that I don't know if it could do.
Oh, I see. Yeah. The car, I didn't like it because it looked like this. Like someone in the 80s drew it up thinking that that's what the 2000 cars were gonna look like. So it just looks pretty whack to me.
Oh, you don't like the design
at all?
Do you like all? It looks kind of like a Lambo. You don't like Lambos either, though, right?
It looks kind of like a Lambo, but it looks like the Lambo Phase 1 when they're just thinking of like what shape the car might potentially look like.
The Countach.
What?
The Lambo Countach.
I don't know much about Lambos.
Oh, because I like that one too. It went from the Lambo.
This is what it looks like. Look.
Yeah. Type in Lambo Countach. Countach.
Countach. Countach. Oh, it does. Yeah, it does.
That's I like that Lambo too. I like that one, and then that went from the Countach to the Diablo.
What year? God, this one looks like it's from the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you're saying like it looks like the 80s.
Yeah. It does. But this one looks way cooler.
Because it went from Countach to the Lamborghini Diablo, and then from Diablo went to all the new ones that we have.
Oh,
like the Murcielago, the Aventador, the Huracan.
Oh, okay, got it. Because normally cars, like for example, we were talking about the CTS, right? It'll be CTS.
Yeah.
But then like the 2009, 2010, 2000 whatevers. But the name of the car doesn't change. Like this one's the Lambo Countach, right?
Yeah.
Which is in the 80s. And then it's the Diablo, which is in the...
Oh, yeah. They just do straight up changes. They don't have the new...
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no,
I didn't know that either. I just realized that right now.
Oh.
Yeah, because they don't have... It's not like a...
It's not the 2019 Countach.
Yeah, I guess that's how they keep things exclusive, huh? Because you can't keep buying like the Ford Taurus. You can't get Taurus from 1980 all the way to 2000. It's like the Taurus is only going to have like a 5-year mark, and then that's done, and now it's a new one.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because they do have like the Huracan, like 2017, 2018, 2019, but then after a certain period,
that's it.
They retire it. There's no more Huracans, and it has to be a new one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. Damn, we talked about so many different things today. We talked about so much I can't even remember.
You're like my brain now.
I am like your brain. Damn. But yeah, any closing thoughts for you?
No.
Okay. I don't know if I have any either. No, I don't have any. I'm just so happy that you guys are tuning in and listening to these off the dome conversations, because like we used to have these conversations a lot before, like
Taika was born.
Yeah, before kid.
Yeah.
Before a kid that feels like 3 kids. And yeah, I really enjoy these with you.
Yeah, it's just crazy that like as I get older, I'm still better understanding myself. So as I better understand myself, I could better share myself with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm still like just understanding this whole ADD thing that I didn't really like now. Like if Taika, like I can talk to him about these things. You know?
No, that's great that you do that.
Because he'll be like, like teacher wants me to just do this one thing, but I don't know if I could do it. I got to do it. I'm like, trust me, I know how it is. And then maybe like I can help them with certain ways to operate better in that specific setting.
No, that's tight to be self-aware, because I know a lot of people in my life right now that are completely oblivious to how they are.
Yeah.
They're absolutely oblivious, and I don't see them trying for whatever reason, not to like put any blame on them or whatever, but they might just not be ready, or they don't have the time to do this, because it is one of those where you have to like sit there and really think about who you are and how you affect people and how your decisions affect yourself.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that aren't there. Like I'm still not there with a lot of my own life, you know, like I'm 36 and I'm still learning so much about myself.
Has Taika ever impressed you with his memory?
He impresses me every single day with just the words that he's using, like the jokes that he makes, the things that he dances to, the beats that he finds. Like he impresses me on a daily.
That's very cutie.
Yeah, why'd you ask that?
Just because you know how like I don't know where anything is. I don't know where anything is. I don't know how anything operates.
Like 10 minutes ago, you said you knew where everything is when you're working.
Oh yeah, when I'm working, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like for example, anything in this house, I don't know where anything is, and I don't care because I know I can ask you, right? And then so everything.
Is that when you grabbed the toilet paper from the fucking far?
No, I actually grabbed that for you.
For what?
Because I remember I was peeing, and then it ran on the toilet paper roll on the side, and I was like, in the guest bathroom, and then so when I saw it, I was like, oh no, mama needs to wipe her pussy when she pees, and then so
I fill up the whole thing?
This is before that, so it was all empty, and then that
was
thing,
yesterday.
Yeah, so it was all empty, and it's on its last brown thing, right? So I'm like, oh no, if mama needs to wipe her pussy, she's not gonna have a toilet paper. So I remember that in my mind. I went, and then later when I went to go pee or poop in the other bathroom, I'll bring one of these over so mama could have one. I brought it over for you. But then when I brought it over there, I'm like, oh, mama already refilled
and then
it.
when I saw you, you were walking it back.
I was walking it back.
Oh, because I'm like, I thought you took it from that bathroom to put in another bathroom.
No, I was bringing it from this bathroom to that one for you.
That's so thoughtful.
But I saw that you already refilled it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lagger.
How am I lagger?
I'm just kidding, because it took you forever.
But yeah, so since I don't know where anything is, how anything operates, but I know how to get that information like that.
Yeah.
Like my brain works in compartmental, almost like servers.
Yeah.
I realized Taika's also works like that. And then I noticed this because we were playing. There's one of these days where
you're saying he has good memory.
His memory works like mine. So some people, they need to know exactly where things are. Like they have to have direct access, right? If they don't feel comfortable about it. Like for example, like with finances, like Joe likes to be in with the finances. If he doesn't have it, he feel like he doesn't have control over the finances, right? For me, I just need to know who is the finances person, and I'll go through the finances. Like that's how I am. I can be detached for something, but it's compartmentalized in my mind. And then so for Taika, I wanted to know who he was. Is he the type of guy that's like, I need to have 4 coins in my pocket because I know these 4 coins are mine? Or he can go, oh, I know who has the 4 coins, and then I need this person in my pocket. So we were playing all day, and he put things in certain places like a little freaking chipmunk that's hiding his nuts. And then I was like, I wonder if he knows where things are. So we're just playing. And then I think he was looking for a screwdriver. And then he was like,
idea.
And he knew it. And then we went all the way back. Like this was later on at night, maybe like 3 or 4 or getting close to 5. And he goes all the way back to where he was playing with the screwdriver the first time, and he put it under the carpet. So he knew that from like, he knew where things were. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like that he knew how to compartmentalize things, and he knew exactly where things are. So even though it's chaos at home, it's actually organized in his mind because he knows there's those 4 balls I put over there. There's 2 balls in that basket. I have my shoes upside down in that corner. Like he knows where all those things. If he's playing with them, he knows. I'm pretty sure when he's just throwing shit, he likes to throw shit out of the basket. That's his first thing. He goes out there and just starts taking it and just starts chucking it. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know where those things are going. But if he's playing with something, and there is a specific toy under a bowl somewhere, he did that on purpose. He knows where that is.
Oh my God. Everyone out there, please pray for me and my sanity. Please. Why? I'm losing my shit these days. But anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. We enjoy these podcasts because we know that you guys are listening to us and laughing at us and going, oh, poor Bart, or oh, poor Gio.
Yeah, poor Bart.
And I really appreciate you guys for that. Thank you guys so much for being so special for us. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.